Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys Magic. This is Hunter and Steven. Say what up, Steven.
Hello.
We are back. It's another day of Final Fantasy spoilers. But before we start, I just want to remind everybody we are doing a giveaway for a free weekend at MagicCon Atlanta. Isn't that exciting?
Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so if you wanted to enter the giveaway, like I said, a full weekend pass could be yours. Check the video called MagicCon Atlanta giveaway and go comment on that. But, Steven, let's talk about some Final Fantasy spoilers. It is May 20th, 2025, and we have some spicy spoilers. So, we only talk about the rares, and we only talk about the mythics. If you guys wanted to see every single spoiler, check our Instagram, link in the description. But, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it off with this first one. This is From Father to Son. It is 1 and a white for a sorcery. Search your library for a vehicle card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, put that card onto the battlefield instead, and then shuffle. It's got flashback of 4 and 3 white. That is a hefty flashback.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of makes up for it. You're searching your library. It's basically a tutor onto the battlefield. So I think for 7, it's pretty good.
A 7-mana tutor is good.
I mean, when you're going to find a vehicle that's very important to your vehicle strategy deck, I would agree.
I suppose. I feel like vehicles, however, aren't as powerful cards as some other things you might be able to tutor with other tutor effects. I don't know if this card's very good.
Well, I think it's a little bit better than we're giving it credit for here. We just came out of Aether Drift a little while ago, and I think that set was very big for vehicles and put a lot of vehicle-centric strategies into the format. I think this kind of coming in afterwards, I think people are going to have some fun. Go find that Parhelion.
Yeah, there we go. Go get that big vehicle. You do have to reveal it, though, so people will know it's coming. But, yeah, interesting card. I don't know if I'm here for it, though. Comment down below. Is this a bulk rare? I'm sensing bulk rare. Let's move on to the next one, Steven. We have a brand new legendary creature. It's Jenova, Ancient Calamity. For 2 black and a green, it's a 1/5 legendary creature alien. It says at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to this creature's power onto up to one other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. And whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, draw cards equal to its power. This is a cool card.
Yeah, it's definitely got some synergies.
I am currently building a Felithar deck, and this would be so perfect in that deck. It does everything that Felithar is trying to do.
It's kind of interesting because I almost want to throw this into the Wise Mothman. That deck has a couple things that care about mutants and drawing cards based off of that, and then also getting some extra things on the side. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think this card can slot into a lot of cool decks. It can even be a helm of a deck, which I think could be very cool. And we already know we've got quite the amount of commander grades coming, so stay tuned for those. I think we're at 132 legendary creatures as of today.
Get ready to see our faces.
A lot. Stay subscribed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool card. Let's
I think before we move on, I think if Riley were here, Riley would definitely say this goes into my mutant or my non-mutant deck.
That's it. Yep, the non-mutant mutant deck. However, I mean, yeah, you're right. It is making the mutants itself, so that's it. This is a mutant kindred deck. But let's go ahead and move on. Moving on, we got another double face card. This is Joshua, Phoenix's Dominant. 1 red and a white for a 3/4 legendary creature, human noble wizard. It says when it enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. As another ability, you can pay 3 red and a white, tap it, exile Joshua, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery. Once it's transformed, it turns into Phoenix, Warden of Fire. It is a 4/4 legendary enchantment creature saga Phoenix. It has flying and lifelink, and its first and second lore counter says, Rising Flames. Phoenix deals 2 damage to each opponent. And the third and final lore counter is Flames of Rebirth, which means return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, then return it to the battlefield, front face up. That's a cool card.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely cool in the aspect of what it does. I just think that this is going to die, and you have basically 2 turns. You'll deal 4 damage. Everyone will kind of like wait to see what's going on, and it's just very telegraphed, especially for that last lore counter. At most, I think this card, when I'm reading it, I'm just seeing I'm going to pay 3 mana and discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards.
No, I think this card's cool. And then bringing back anything else from the grave back to the field. Total mana value 6 or less. And then it's just, you can just keep doing this over and over, which means just pitching those cards that you discard back into play. Once you get to that third lore counter, I like how it deals 2 damage to each opponent, which means you are getting that lifelink damage because it is lifelink, which is very cool to each opponent. So we'll just multiply that by 3. So you're gaining 6 life per lore counter on that first and second. I think it's a cool card.
I mean, it's cool, but in order to do the thing, you are investing 8 mana, and then after that 8 mana, you have to wait 2 turns. Yes, the 12 life you'll probably gain is worth it. Again, this is just I do like these cards, but the fact that they turn into enchantment saga creatures, it's a little bit too glass cannon.
I don't know. I don't know. I like how it has flying too, so you can get in with combat damage as well. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
here
mean,
for it.
there's tons of dragons
I mean, yeah, tons of
just
dragons.
came out. Yeah,
Tons of dragons
tons
came
of
out. Sure.
dragons.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tons of dragons.
I'm here for it. Comment down below. Are you here for it too? We'll see. I'm very excited to talk about this one in our commander grades as well. But let's move on. We got the remainder of the crystal cycle that was announced today. So we have 4 crystals to talk about. The first one is the Earth Crystal. It is 2 and 2 green for a legendary artifact. Green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It says if 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead. And another ability for 4 and 2 green, you can tap it, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control.
Yeah, it's all right.
Why is it just all right?
I just think there's so many other effects in Magic that can do this a little bit better. I just think really the best thing about this is it has cost reduction. But there's only one crystal I care about, so they all kind of suck in my eyes unless we talk about one.
Okay, we'll get to the favorite of yours in a minute. But I think that Earth Crystal, I think every single crystal is pretty powerful. Just like you said, cost reduction on a artifact is fantastic. And hey, you're getting double the amount of counters, and this actually can put up to 4 counters on one creature. That's pretty good to me. But let's go ahead and move on to the next crystal. We have the Fire Crystal. That's right. We are 2 and 2 red for legendary artifact. Red spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Creatures you control have haste, and you can pay 4 and 2 red. Tap it, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. We've seen those effects multiple times on a card of making different types of copies. But hey, giving creatures you control have haste, never awful.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely cards that do the haste thing a lot cheaper. Obviously, this gives you the cost reduction and the ability to create a token that's a copy of stuff. So that is really cool. I think the one bad thing about these cards is that they require that 6 mana to tap it and do the thing. But some of them are really good. Some of them are kind of meh.
I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think all of them are good. I mean, cost reduction is nothing to scoff at. So, hey, just go in with your haste damage here. And then if you have big creatures, make copies of those big creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the white one. This is the Wind Crystal. 2 and 2 white for a legendary artifact. It says white spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. And then you could pay 4 and 2 white, tap it, creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn. Once again, powerful effect.
Yeah. Mono white getting more life gain. Just what it needed.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it every time. Because what is life if not a resource?
Doubled.
It's true. And hey, I know we talked about those 6 abilities being a little bit too much, but getting flying and lifelink to end a turn, that could just end a game.
Yeah, I think this is the second best one in my opinion.
That's fair. We'll move on to the one that you believe is the best, shall we? This is the Water Crystal. It is 2 and 2 blue. Legendary artifact. Blue spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead. You can also pay 4 and 2 blue, tap it. Each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. Steven, why is this the best?
Well, unfortunately, they throttled it down with the one or more. If they didn't do that, this card would be at least $1,000.
$1,000. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, no, this card's fantastic. Blue spells costing one less, always good in blue style decks that want to counter and do the thing. But it's the best because it mills. Not only does it mills for an extra 4, and that's just great. And mono blue or blue decks in general love to draw cards. Fill your hand and just watch. Just watch.
I I'm more afraid of this card in standard because we haven't really seen a good standard mill deck in a while, and I think this pushes that over to the top. I mean, just imagine the amount of different mill cards there are now, especially with that last one we just saw. It's the River Churn Monument that just mills you
Mm-hmm.
for the amount of cards that are in your graveyard. This is gonna take it over. So gonna be
And with
bummed.
Jason River Churn kind of taking the head on all these mill decks, I think this getting added to the pile is going to be pretty fun to see.
I disagree. It's not gonna be fun at all.
Yeah, well,
No, Steven. But those are going to be all of the crystals. Let's move on to a new summon. This is Summon Titan, 3 and 2 green for a 7/7 enchantment creature saga giant. It's got reach and trample. Its first lore counter says mill 5 cards. Its second lore counter says return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And the third and final lore counter says until end of turn, another target creature you control gains trample and gets +X, where X is the number of lands you control. This is a really good card.
yeah, a little unfortunate. It says another target creature. So, but other than that, I mean, this is a phenomenal summon for sure.
I mean, it says another target creature because this is sacrificing itself when that goes off. So
I
it's
know.
got to be another.
I know. I just wish it stayed around and did the thing itself. That would be nuts.
That's too bad. But hey, depending on how many lands you have, that's a lot of damage coming through.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that you're going to get a lot of cards in your graveyard. It's just not possible in Magic.
No way. But hey, a 5 mana 7/7 with reach and trample seems like it might be pushing green in standard a little bit.
Yeah, power creeps here.
Power creep is
It's
here.
creeping up.
They are trying. I say this in like every spoiler video when we get a good green card. They're trying so hard to make green relevant again in standard. Will this see that push? I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I do not know. Summon Titan. Is it good? We will see. Moving on, Stephen. We have Edgar, King of Figaro. It's 4 and 2 blue for a 4/5 legendary creature, human, artificer, noble. It says when Edgar enters, draw a card for each artifact you control. And it has two-headed coin, which means the first time you flip 1 or more coins each turn, those coins come up heads, and you win those flips. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Just,
Also, super aggressive on the mana cost.
I mean,
Is-
that's going to draw you a lot of cards,
If you have a lot of artifacts, yeah,
which you very well
yeah, well,
could. Yeah,
you
easy to
could.
do. But
I don't know. I
the two-headed
I
coin thing is
love
pretty cool, though.
this. No, it's great. I love it for my coin flip deck. I think that's fantastic. I still don't know if I would run it just because this is 6 mana. But obviously, there's cost reduction, there's things like that. But it is a very interesting card. I'm kind of curious to see if there's more coin flip shenanigans. I haven't really been here for a lot of the spoilers. I was only here for like a couple of days at the very beginning. So, I mean, have you seen a lot of coin flipping shenanigans?
I remember one other card does the coin flip thing, so that one was iffy as well.
Okay. I think that's the only thing I'm kind of like Because I mean, if this is just 6 mana and this set didn't really come with a lot of coin flip stuff, you're just basically using this to draw cards for artifacts. So I mean, I think that's I want to see more of this.
Yeah, maybe we will. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if this is gonna be good or if it's gonna be a Figa no.
Figaro. This is an interesting card. Like I said, I think it has the ability, if you could blink this a bunch, you could draw a lot of cards. So
True.
I'm kind of here for it. But let's move on. We've got our final card we're talking about today. Once again, it is a reprint with a new art. This is Kefka's Tower, aka Bolas' Citadel. Another fantastic card, another fantastic art. Just a good card.
Oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I don't like this set for this style of art.
You don't like this? Why?
No, it just looks super like proxy to me. Like, and it just kind of like when I would look at it, like I know this is going to be a real Magic product, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, this looks so fake. Like the guy just brought a bunch of proxies to the table, and I was just like, here's my Bolas of Citadel.
I mean, you're not wrong. I can see why you say that because the text box is completely gone. It's just words on top of art. I mean, it is definitely different when it comes to that standpoint, but hey, we're living in a new world in 2025. This is Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, all the art has been sick. I just the way they print it on the card, it's just it tickles the part of my brain that just screams proxy.
Roxy. Hey, but Bolas' Citadel, good reprint.
Good reprint.
Good reprint. But that is actually going to do it for us today. Steven, what you think? Pretty cool. I know you like
Yeah,
those crystals, especially one. So let's just go ahead and get straight into what was your favorite card. Let's hear it. It's pretty easy.
the water crystal.
Yeah, the water crystal. I figured you'd say that. My favorite card actually is going to be I like, you know, I think Jenova, Ancient Calamity. I think that legendary creature is going to be pretty sweet. But yeah, comment down below. What was your guys' favorite card we talked about today? Always interested to hear your guys' opinions. And yeah, we're like I said, we're here all the time, so you want to stay subscribed. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And check the description for all of those links to our social media accounts, especially that one on Instagram, where, like I said, we post not only the cards we talk about in these videos, but all of the uncommons and commons as well. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, please click the link in the description below and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Aaron Hill,
Brian Ganella,
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Dr. Rome,
Jimmy Ward,
Kevo,
Larry Killian.
Thrifty PSGR.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
It's like morning or night while you're watching this.